Welcome to I Love This Thing So Frigging Much, a podcast about passion. My name is Sophie Katz, and today I am joined by Joel, a juggler. Welcome to the show, Joel.
Hey, Sophie.
Hi. So, here's how this works. Joel will have 3 minutes to talk about something that he loves. This can be a person, place, thing, concept, activity, anything he wants. Our only requirement is that he loves it wholeheartedly and wants to tell us why. Are you ready, Joel?
Yep.
All right, got my timer here. Now, what do you love so frigging much?
I love juggling. I learned as a kid, like 3 balls, 4 balls, and then I kind of stopped. But then in college, juggling club was like, yo, there's a ton of other stuff you can do with other people and different tricks, and I kind of fell in love with it there. And went to juggling club about once a week. There's the Philadelphia Juggling Club that's been meeting every Monday since my dad used to go, and they're still meeting every Monday. And juggling is really just a great community. You never meet an unhappy juggler. But yeah, so in college I was doing it was Penn Illusionist was like the student juggling club at the time, magic and juggling, and we did like minor gigs here and there for the school. And then after college, I started doing the conventions, like the con stuff, and now I just recently completed a goal I've had for about a year, maybe more. That was me and my friend who juggle like 3 hours a week in the racquetball courts at work. Did 8 clubs passing between the 2 of us for a minute. And it just like felt like something that was so impossible a while ago, and it feels like this like monstrous hurdle to like overcome that. And so that felt great, and I just like love the challenge of it. And then you get some tips from someone in the community that makes it a little easier, a little better. Someone told me to throw a little higher, and then you can do a thing that you really didn't think you could do. So now my goal's 9 clubs. And my life goal though is like 10 clubs for a minute, like passing with someone else. I just think passing 10 is like the coolest thing. Individually, like there's individual juggling is boring, but yeah. So that's my juggling stuff. I also I guess I'll say like just from the world of juggling, it's kind of a tight group. So at the conventions, there's guys from Cirque du Soleil. There's all these silly games. Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you about volley club and combat juggling, because that's like, if we want to get silly with it, volley club and combat juggling. So volley club, I'm pretty sure is what volleyball was, invented from. But you have a volleyball net and
finish with that.
Okay, and instead of having a volleyball, you chuck a club and you have to catch it and do 1 juggle and get it back over.
That sounds interesting. Thank you, Joel, for telling us about juggling today. So I think I'm going to just start. My first question is what you were just talking about at the end of that. You said volley club and combat juggling, and you got across what volley club was, but what's combat juggling?
Oh, so combat juggling is everyone has 3 clubs, and then the last person juggling wins. And this is a game where there's different variants, but it's mostly just chaos. But my proudest juggling moment is in combat juggling, because at a convention in Canada, the headliner that was performing and he holds world records in club passing with his club passing partner, obviously. We were playing combat juggling in like a big group, and he sees me, but I'm like a beginner compared to him, so he doesn't take me seriously. And then I threw a club up and smacked a club out of his hand. I caught the club that I threw up and continued juggling, and he looked at me like, you got me. And people on the side was like, oh, Joel got him.
Are there any rules, or is it just anything goes, make them all else other than you stop juggling?
Don't hit people, just hit their clubs.
Yeah, that is an important rule. That sounds exciting. Definitely, one of the things that is clear you love about juggling is the whole community aspect of it. You mentioned that your dad also went to juggling clubs and you got advice from your community on how to be a better juggler. Can you talk a little more about the community and what it means to you?
Sure. So starting with just like college juggling club, That was this really fun thing that met once a week. And then when I took a gap year basically and did just work and commuting from my parents' house, I didn't do the college juggling club, but I lived near Princeton University and became the vice president of the Princeton Juggling Club, because I went to their juggling club every week. And you step in and it's strangers, and the joke is that if you say fast start every other, that means like, hey, you want to pass? And it's just like you're instantly best friends. And then so at a convention it's like that but on steroids. It's like, if all the juggling clubs got together, I mean, that is literally what it is. And it's really just a great swapping of juggling. I mean,
conventions are really
the con stuff.
Sorry, what was that?
I think the community that a lot of people feel at many different conventions is kind of a similar feeling. So it's definitely that aspect of this weird thing that is suddenly cool when you're with everybody.
Oh, absolutely. That's my experience with conventions is no matter what the topic is, everyone in that building really, really loves the thing. So it's just fun to be there.
Yes.
Is there anything that you don't like about juggling? And if so, how do you handle that?
No. I mean, sometimes I get very frustrated on one thing. And the answer is you shouldn't just practice one thing. You shouldn't practice 5 clubs until you do 5 clubs. You should work on a couple different things, like some ball tricks and club tricks. Because you do get in a rut and it's very easy to get frustrated that way.
Yeah, I guess if you just keep doing the same trick over and over again, and your brain might get a little bored.
And it's also a sense of failure. It's I really want to get 5 clubs for 100 catches. Or this weird high throw, low throw trick. And, I'm usually trying something I can't do. That's why I'm practicing to get better. And, often I'll maybe be able to do a trick once, but not 3 times in a row. So I'll just practice until I hit it 3 times in a row. But then I might not get it after an hour because I shouldn't be just focusing so hard on one thing. And I'll be frustrated that I didn't get it.
Hence why you would work on different things in the same time.
Yeah, and then throughout your different practicing sessions, just everything gets better together.
That's great. Joel, again, thank you so much for telling us about something you love today.
No problem.
And thank you, our listeners, for tuning in today. And don't forget to use the hashtag #LoveThisThingCast to tell us about the things you love. I Love This Thing So Frigging Much is a production of Through the Window Media. This episode was directed by Sophie A. Katz and edited by Melissa Block. You can find us at Through the Window on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. That is THROU the Window at all those social media sites. Be good to yourself, be kind to each other, and you'll hear from us again soon.